All right, we're back. Let's see here. I don't know how to. Unfortunately, I have no idea how to clear out chat, but that's okay. Let's see if this works. Welcome back. Just want to make sure that this is working. Oh, doesn't look like chat's working back up again. Let's see. Okay, look like that worked. There we go. Cool. All right. I'm going to take this timer down to a minute. Let's see. You know what? Let's try this first. Let's try just a quick little 15-second or 10-second test here and see. We'll be able to see. Oh, I see what happened here too. The problem with YouTube, I really don't like YouTube sometimes, I'll tell you that. Let's go back here. Dismiss that. Where is my your channel? I have to like reset everything. It's really dumb. All right, let me try that timer one more second. One more time here. Yeah, that's way faster. Okay, good. I don't even need to wait for it. So I'm just going to do 1 minute because we're pretty much on the same page now. Cool. All right, let's go to the next question. Welcome, welcome if you're watching, if you're here. All right, next question. Question 4. What's the meaning of good faith in relationship to contract law? Is it A, the contract was formed without undue influence or duress? Is it B, the parties agree to arbitration or mediation instead of legal action as a means of settling any disputes? Is it C, the parties agree that they'll execute the contract to the best of their ability without any fraud or misrepresentation? Or D, the contract terms are written to be equally beneficial to each party? I'm going to go ahead and give you a minute and go ahead and put A, B, C, or D in chat. All right. So, the question was, what's the meaning of good faith in relationship to contract law? And I would say, I'm going to guess it's C. The parties agree that they'll execute the contract to the best of their ability and without any fraud or misrepresentation. Again, we're studying here. I don't know the answers. I'm not a pro. I'm not a licensed real estate agent yet or licensee yet. So, and I was right. Acting in good faith means that the parties will carry out the contract terms honestly, fairly, and to the best of their ability. Okay. Question 5. Jerry and Lewis have entered into a sales contract. They're about 3 weeks into the transaction with several terms of the agreement yet to be met. What type of contract do Jerry and Lewis have? All right, Jerry and Lewis have entered into a sales contract. They're about 3 weeks into the transaction with several terms of the agreement yet to be met. What type of contract Jerry and Lewis have? Is it A, unilateral, B, executory, C, option, or D, executed? We'll go ahead and start a contract, our timer. So go ahead and put your answer, the answer you think it is. Again, there's no judgments here, no right or wrong answers. I mean, there are right and wrong answers, but you can put the answer that you feel is correct in there. So is this a unilateral A, B, executory, C, option, or D, executed contract that Jerry and Lewis have here? "13 seconds, 10 seconds." We might change this timer down to 30 seconds. We're giving people a lot of time. All right, executory. A valid contract that is in progress is an executory contract, which means that one or more terms of the agreement remains undone. Question 6. Brianna signs a contract offering to purchase Kathy's home for $150,000. Kathy replies, "No way," but offers to sell it to her for $200,000. Brianna agrees to these terms and they add their signatures. Which of the following statements is correct? It's only one statement. A, the contract is valid but unenforceable. B, the contract is valid. C, Brianna accepted the offer Kathy made. Or D, Kathy accepted the offer Brianna made. All right, let's change this to 30 seconds here. So put your answer A, B, C, or D. Five seconds. Two, one. All right. Brianna accepts the offer Kathy made. Kathy offered to sell the home and Kathy's offer to sell the home is a counter offer. And when Brianna agrees to the terms of the counter, it constitu- constitutes, acceptance. Okay, question 7. Kenneth enters into a contract to sell his home to Valerie, who puts down a $5,000 earnest money deposit. At the just give me one second. Okay, there we go. Earnest money deposit. At the last minute, Valerie backs out of the deal. Kenneth keeps the earnest deposit. This is an example of A, accepting liquidated damages, B, accepting partial performance, C, suing for damages, D, suing for specific performance. Here comes your timer. Go ahead and put your answer in. A, B, C, or D, or you can type it out, whichever you prefer. Which one are we doing here? Got 5 seconds. Okay. This is, I believe, accepting liquidated damages. Good job. All of the answer options are actual remedies for breach of contract. So you just have to determine which one applies in this situation. Option C and D aren't correct because Kenneth isn't filing a lawsuit. Liquidated damages provide a specific compensation amount in the event of a breach. That's the correct answer. All right, next question. Seller Gina feels awful that Martha, who was going to buy Gina's property, lost her job. Gina decides to blank Martha from her obligation to pay earnest money, so that money is returned to Martha. So the answers options are A, rescind, B, release, C, reform, or D, assign. What does Gina decide to do because she feels bad that Gina lost her job? Did she A, rescind, B, release, C, reform, or D, assign? 30 seconds. Put your answers in the chat. All right. What did Gina do for Martha? Gina decides to release Martha from her obligation to pay earnest money. Rescission is when both parties mutually agree that it makes sense to terminate the contract. Release is when one party wants out and the other party agrees to release the party from any obligation. That's what's happening in this scenario. All right. Question 9. You're explaining to your client that using electronic documents and signatures simplifies the home buying process. Your client is skeptical about these signatures. You describe the Uniform Electronic Transaction Act, UETA, and tell your client that blank. A, UETA provides a guarantee that electronic signatures will hold up in court. B, UETA gives electronic signatures the same legal weight to override any existing wet signatures. C, UETA requires states, to permit electronic signatures on all real estate related documents. Or D, state laws take precedence over UETA. So this is a tough one. I think I know the answer, but let's see. Again, whatever you put in, I will put in whatever the majority is. So put in your answers. What would you tell a client about UETA and electronic signatures? Got 10 seconds, A, B, C, or D. All right, so since I'm not getting any answers, I'm going to UETA gives electronic signatures the same legal weight to override any existing wet signatures. And I got that wrong. Let's read what this says. The Uniform Electronic Transaction Act is an attempt to standardize states' acceptance of electronic documents. I'm going to tell you right now, it's probably this one. Okay. Uh, Acceptance of electronic documents and signatures. It's not legally binding on anyone and thus provides no guarantees regarding the validity of electronic signatures, eliminating option A. The UETA recommends that states accept electronic signatures just as they would wet signatures, but again, they can't guarantee that states will accommodate electronic signatures. And certainly, the UETA doesn't give electronic signatures greater weight or the ability to override wet signatures. So that was definitely wrong there, making option B and C incorrect. While most states do not recognize electronic documents and signatures, state laws, while most states do now, recognize electronic documents and signatures, state laws take precedence over UETA, so option D it is. There you go. Got to remember that one. I got that one wrong. State laws take precedence over UETA. Okay, let's go to our next question. Question 10. Desmond has a signed listing agreement with his clients, the Harpers. In exchange for helping the Harpers list, market, and sell their home, the Harpers have agreed to pay Desmond a commission. What type of contract do Desmond and the Harpers have? Do they have an A, executed, B, mutual, C, bilateral, or D, unilateral? Go ahead and start. What type of contract do they have? Oh my goodness. Where on earth did that come from? Hmm. All right. I'm going to reset there. They have a unilateral, no, I'm sorry, bilateral, pardon me, bilateral contract, meaning two people. A contract involving two parties who both make a promise to the other party in exchange for consideration is a bilateral contract. Good deal. I'm going to go ahead and stop here. There's nobody watching. And